Alright, yo, what is going on, you guys? RJ3 Vlogs here. I'm bringing you guys a brand new video. Today's video is going to be something that I haven't done in 5 months, going on 6. Spooky, scary Saturday. Yes, I'm back with it. I haven't done one of these in almost 6 months. It's going on 6 months right now, so I thought, why not? It's Saturday, might as well do a Spooky Scary Saturday. I've had videos already ready. That makes total sense. No, but I had it already, had a playlist going on here, and basically I just never reacted because I really just didn't want to do this anymore. So let's just get into the video. Alright, so guys, this is not an animation. This is a real short film from our friends at Crib TV. So we're just gonna get into this. It's called Elf on a Shelf.
Babe, come over. Pizza's almost here. It doesn't matter. I'm just gonna throw him in his room anyways. Okay. Just get over here, please. Thank you.
She's babysitting.
Thanks.
Oh, that's so rude on Christmas time. You're gonna slam the door.
All right, bedtime, Torp. Let's go.
What? It's like 8:15.
Yo,
sounds like bedtime.
This is Very Odd Parents IRL. If you guys do not know what Very Odd Parents is, educate yourself. Go on YouTube, search up Very Odd Parents, Vicky, the babysitter, obviously, and you'll see what I mean. Except she's not really yelling, but she is being the right amount levels of mean.
Time to me. Come on.
I don't even have a bedtime. Plus, it's Christmas Eve.
Hey, come back here, you little shit. Hey, babe.
Bro.
God, get down there. Rat.
Is that even his room?
It's Christmas.
Okay, yeah, it is.
No one cares but me. Just wish you were real, and I could do whatever I want.
Your wish is gonna come true, I'm pretty sure, because why else would they show that? Yep, it's about to come true. It's coming true. It came true. Bro, they're getting it on. Yo, chill. This person's the freaking elf on a shelf is smart. That was a lot of blood, more than I even thought. But anyways, let's get on to the next video, which is an animation. From 1C Entertainment. I'm sorry if I said your name wrong. It's pretty unique name. I don't know if it's 1C, Wancy, Woonsy, Hansy, I don't know. But it is entertainment. This one's called Instagram Dating Horror Story Animated. And I mean, let's get into it. I mean, how bad could it be? I don't know about horror. I don't know. How bad could it be? I'm about to find out right now.
I was a big Tinder guy a few years ago. Everywhere I went, I would update my location and then update, my body count. Then I quit doing Tinder and stuck with Instagram.
Okay.
I know, they're completely different, and IG has a bunch of fake accounts.
Everybody's on Instagram.
So I saw this girl commenting on all of my friends' pictures. Then she commented on mine. I also saw my friends replying, so I figured she was a real person because I looked on her page and she had way more followers than people she was following.
Okay.
So I DM'd her. I definitely thought she wasn't going to reply, but she did within an hour. We talked for maybe 2 or 3 weeks, and we made it official.
2 or 3 weeks?
She was pretty, had a degree, and a good job, as she said. I felt she was out of my league and too perfect.
Yeah, that sounds
Every day she
way
posted new
too,
photos.
weird.
And I told my friends about her, and they seemed pretty jealous, except for my friend Ryan. He said I was stupid because I never spoke with her, and I only messaged her. She invited me over because she said she can cook. Ryan told me to don't go. The rest of my friends said don't have any kids, and they would laugh. So I went over there, but not without Ryan calling me a clown first. The GPS said she lived about an hour away. When I first started to talk to her, she told me that she lived in a nice neighborhood. But when I got there were people everywhere, and the neighborhood was not that nice.
Yeah.
When I stopped at the stop sign at the corner,
Bro,
people
what kind
walked
of
up to my
car is
windows
that,
and
dude?
asked me, what do I need? But I pulled off really fast and got to the house. It was a duplex, so I messaged her, and she said to come up the stairs. It was about 9 at night.
If she was saying, well, because it's sketchy for me now. If that person was saying, yo, I live in a nice neighborhood, I live in this nice house, and you come up to the neighborhood and it's sketchy looking, and there's a bunch of people everywhere drinking alcohol, and then you get to her place and it's a duplex, not even a nice house, like she said, I would delete her, block her, turn around, go home, tell Ryan he was right, and that's about it.
And people were everywhere just standing around.
Yeah, I don't know.
I knocked on the door and I was definitely excited. The door opened, and to my surprise, it was a bald-headed white guy with a patchy beard, tattoos everywhere, including his head, with a tank top on. I asked, was Lisa home? And he said, yeah, come in. When I walked
What
in,
do you think? It's her dad? I mean,
I
you
was
guys
immediately
look
hit
old.
with a musty smell mixed with
Ew.
cheese. He told me to
A musty smell mixed with cheese. Okay.
sit down. And he sat down across from me on the couch. He said she'll be out soon.
Yeah.
He asked me did I want something to drink, and I said, yeah, sure. When I got up, I texted her, can she come out, please? She immediately said yes. The man came back in with 2 cups of juice,
That's
one for him
sketchy.
and one for myself. Then I noticed that he put a phone down on the table next to him. So I acted like I sneezed and got some on my arm. Then I asked for a tissue. He went to get some tissue and he left his phone like I thought he would. I texted her back, and to my horror, the phone rang. I looked on the caller ID and it was my name.
Yo,
I heard him coming
told
back.
you.
He came back and we sat there for about a minute. And then the phone rang
Dude,
again
that guy
because
looks
he
so
never checked the
creepy.
message that I sent. He looked at the phone. I looked at the phone. Then we looked at each other. I postured up, and he calmly said, I guess you caught me. Then out of nowhere, he lunged toward me, attempting to grab me.
Bro, I guess you caught me. Let
I
me
pushed
just try
him,
to get
and he
you.
fell on his face.
Yo!
I ran out of there so fast, and I never looked back.
My dude KO'd him.
Yeah, I called the cops.
Which is pretty weird because he's
And when
like
they got
looked
there,
buffer and bigger
The
than
man
him.
was still knocked out.
Damn, he was still knocked
After
out.
that,
He has
I
a
never
red
went
on
on
his
dates
face.
with people that I met online again.
Alright guys, so this next video is by Snarled. Listen, I love your content. We've reacted to stuff from you before, I believe at least. Listen, channel and the link to this video in the description below. Please don't copyright me. Much love, Snarled. I love you, Snarled. But just don't copyright me. Link to her channel and link to this video would be down in the description below. Right under my merch. You gotta go cop the merch. It's pretty good. All I'm saying. It's pretty fire. But anyways, this one's called My Deadly Routine Creepypasta Story Time. Something scary. That's her little catchphrase. You wanna hear something scary? Anyways, let's get into the video.
Autopilot engaged. Hey, I'm Sapphire. Want to hear something scary?
The internet? Chapter 1 Autopilot.
From cautionary tales about technology to creepy pastas that will keep you up at night, this next volume is all about the internet. For the next few chapters, I'll be sharing some of the eeriest stories that have emerged thanks to the World Wide Web. But don't worry your little heads. They're all fiction.
Okay.
They all claim to be fiction. Our first chapter comes from the No Sleep subreddit written by username Scarjo.
Scarjo.
Have you ever forgotten your phone? When did you realize you'd forgotten it? The realization probably didn't dawn on you spontaneously.
I'm rambling.
More
on this
likely,
one, bro.
you reached for your phone and were momentarily confused by it not being there.
See, that never
Then you
happened.
did a mental restep of the morning's events. Shit. In my case, my phone's alarm woke me up as normal, but I realized the battery was lower than I expected. So I put it on the counter to charge it while I showered instead of into my bag like normal. It was a momentary slip from the routine, but that was all it took. Once in the shower, my brain got back into the routine it follows every morning, and that was it.
Okay.
Forgotten. This wasn't just me being clumsy, as I later researched. This is a recognized brain function. Your brain doesn't just work on one level, it works on many. Like when you're walking somewhere, you think about your destination and avoiding hazards, but you don't think about keeping your legs moving properly. I wasn't thinking about regulating my breathing. I was thinking whether I should grab a coffee on the drive to work. I wasn't thinking about moving my breakfast through my intestines. I was wondering whether I'd finish on time to pick up my daughter Emily from daycare after work or get stuck with another late fee. This is the thing. There's a level of your brain that just deals with the routine so that the rest of the brain can think about other things. Most people call it autopilot, but there's danger there. If you have a break in your routine, your ability to remember and account for the break is only as good as your ability to stop your brain going into routine mode. But I didn't stop my brain entering routine mode. I got in the shower as normal, routine started, exception forgotten, autopilot engaged.
Okay, the
I showered, I
autopilot is
shaved,
engaged.
the radio forecast amazing weather. I gave Emily her breakfast and loaded her into the car. She was so adorable that morning. She complained about the bad sun blinding her, saying it stopped her having a little sleep on the way to daycare. That was the routine. It didn't matter that my phone was on the counter, charging silently. My brain was in the routine, and in the routine my phone was in my bag. This is why I forgot my phone. Not clumsiness, not negligence, nothing more than my brain entering routine mode and overriding the exception.
Routine mode.
Autopilot
okay, routine mode.
engaged. I left for work. It's a
So
swelteringly hot day already. The bad sun had been
Damn,
burning
bro, you
since
cooking
before
like
my
bacon.
traitorously absent phone woke me. The steering wheel was burning hot to the touch when I sat down. I heard Emily shift over behind my driver's seat to
That's
get
just
out of the
way-
glare.
I feel like
But
it's
I got to work,
overdramatic, to be honest.
submitted the report, attended the morning meeting. It's not until I took a quick coffee break and reached for my phone that the illusion shattered. I did a mental restep.
You're on my phone.
I remembered the dying battery. I remembered plugging it into the wall. I remembered leaving it there. My phone was on the counter. Autopilot disengaged.
But it was dead, so
Again,
really it's
therein
at
lies the
50%.
danger. Until you have that moment, the moment you reach for your phone and shatter the illusion, that part of the brain is still in routine mode. The day continued to bake. The morning haze gave way to the relentless fever heat of the afternoon. People swapped coffees for iced smoothies, jackets discarded, sleeves rolled up, ties loosened, brows mopped. The park slowly filled with sunbathers and barbecues. Window frames threatened to warp. The thermometer continued to swell. Thank fuck the offices were air conditioned. Still cursing myself for forgetting my phone, I drove home. The day's heat had baked the inside of the car, releasing a horrible smell from somewhere. When I arrived on the driveway, the stones crunching comfortingly under my tires, my wife greeted me at the door. Where's Emily? Fuck. As if the
idiots.
phone wasn't bad enough. After everything, I'd left Emily at the fucking daycare after all. I immediately sped back there and started practicing my excuses, wondering vainly if I could charm my way out of a late fee. I saw a piece of paper stuck to the door. Due to vandalism overnight, please use side door. Today only. Overnight? What? The door was fine this I froze. My knees shook. Vandals. A change in the routine. My phone was on the counter. I hadn't been here this morning. My phone was on the counter. I'd driven past because I was drinking my coffee. I'd not dropped Emily off. My phone was on the counter. She'd moved her seat. I hadn't seen her in the mirror. My phone was on the counter. She'd fallen asleep out of the bad sun. She didn't speak when I drove past her daycare. My phone was on the counter. She changed the routine. My phone was on the counter. She changed the routine and I'd forgotten. to drop her off. My phone was on the counter. 9 hours. That car. That baking sun. No air. No water. No power. No help. No help. That heat. A steering wheel too hot to touch. That smell. I walked.
You guys know what this is leading up to. She's dead. All because you left your goddamn phone on the counter. Bro. Don't leave your phone on the counter, kids. If you learn anything from this video, is to not leave your phone on the counter, or you'll lead to your daughter being dead. You know, that's what I'm saying.
Up to the car door. Numb. Shock. I opened the door. My phone was on the counter, and my daughter was dead.
Yep.
Autopilot disengaged. Want something scary?
Imagine having to go to your wife and go back home and be like, I'm sorry. You know, I kind of killed our daughter. It happens, you know. We could just make another one, honestly. How would you break that news to them? Anyways, let's get on with the next video. Alright guys, so the last video we have is my creepy coworker has a crush on me, animated obviously, and this is by Steven D. What's up, my guy? Never heard of you, but we're about to watch your video now. So let's get into it, I guess. I mean, if you have a creepy coworker, I would report them. Obviously.
Back when Sarah was 17, she worked at a small local bakery. There were less than 15 employees spread across all the night and day shifts, so they only had a few people working during the day. One of these people was Dave, the delivery driver. From the first time they met, Dave immediately gave Sarah an off vibe. He was in his mid-50s and way too friendly to a teenage girl. But the boss told her that yes, he could be annoying, but no one worked harder than he did, so just ignore his antics. Sarah then recalled that when she signed the paperwork, they never asked her to submit a background check. And in hindsight, that should have been a red flag.
Yes, why would you not ask for a background check? I mean, if he's bringing off creepy vibes, that's red flag number 1, as it shows. Number 2 red flag would be not asking for the fucking background check. I honestly don't know. It's just stupid, to be honest. Not asking for a background check, he's being creepy. But yeah, my girl, the freaking boss, is like, nah, he's fine.
Number 2. Over the course of the year or so that she worked with Dave, Sarah tried very hard to ignore him. He was rarely outright creepy, but he was always just a bit too friendly. He would stick around long after his shift was over to talk to her and another pastry chef. He always wanted to lick the bowl after she finished making Rice Krispie treats. He would always stand in front of the racks or equipment or ingredients just enough that sometimes her hand would brush him while reaching for something. Dave always stood just a little too close. Dave was constantly asking Sarah about her life, what she liked, what she did for fun, if she had a boyfriend. Almost daily, he would tell her how a nice girl like her should have a boyfriend, how maybe a boyfriend would be good for her. Sarah let this slide because sometimes older people can say things that were meant differently in their time. But then it was the concert invites. Every other week he had tickets to one concert or another. Once he figured out Sarah's favorite genre of music, it was almost exclusively tickets to bands she desperately wanted to see. But she also knew that she should not go anywhere with him. Then her birthday came. He bought her a t-shirt and it was 2 sizes too small. He told her to try it on after work and text him a photo, and proceeded to give Sarah his phone number. He didn't ask for her number. She said no. He asked the
I'll send you a text, then you can save my number. I'm good. I don't really,
other pastry chef for her number, but she had her back and refused as well. He also brought 2 tickets from another band that Sarah had been wanting to see. VIP section, 21 plus only. He said he could get her in. She just had to go with him and him alone. This continued for a while. Sarah brought it up to one of her bosses, but they laughed it off as, oh, classic Dave. When he wanted a hug on his birthday and hugged her without consent, there's Dave for you. offering to get her booze or pot. Oh, Dave, you scamp. When he pulled up his shirt and showed his abdominal scar from a snowboarding accident, well, that's just Dave. No respect for boundaries, but he was a good worker. Sarah even considered having one of her big, strong male friends come in under the guise of being her boyfriend just to placate Dave. She was repulsed by him, but he hadn't really done anything to classify himself as a predator. Besides asking for her number, he had never tried to straight up harass her, and besides the odd hug or two that she was too shy and afraid to refuse, he hadn't gotten super physical. Then one day, Dave was gone. His name disappeared from the employee roster. Sarah's boss asked to see her in the office. She informed her that Dave was no longer employed at their business. Dave had been fired. He was fired because Dave was a convicted sex offender. There is one count kidnapping a minor from the mid-90s and another count that she doesn't want to think about. They had never background checked him, and when they contacted a friend in the police department,
It all led up to the background check. Not getting the freaking background check. It all led to that. Like I said it would.
They found out that Dave had been lying on lots of paperwork, hiding the fact that he was a convicted felon and not notifying anyone when he moved. Once they brought this information to the police department's attention, they had a few more charges to add. They found out because apparently he had been stalking and harassing one of the clients he delivered to. After his termination, Dave showed up to work one day. He had a weapon with him, but Sarah never found out what he had. They told him to leave or the police would be called, and he ended up leaving in handcuffs. Sarah was extremely relieved that she wasn't there that day. It's been a while since she worked at the bakery, but sometimes she still thinks about how badly things could have gotten had she gone to even one of those concerts with him.
Honestly, bro.
Now that we know.
Dude, that is honestly so true. I'm glad that she did not go to the concert because it would honestly just ended terrible. Alright, that's gonna be it for today, you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video of these animations and the short films. They were pretty creepy, especially that last one because there was literally creepy in the title. That guy, things could have ended badly if she didn't know creepy when she saw it, and on top of that, there was no background check, and he was just, I don't know. But thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to like, favorite, and subscribe if you're not already done so. Have a great day. Hopefully I made yours. If today was your birthday, have a happy birthday. And don't forget, go get the merch. This is not the merch, but the merch is honestly dope. Go get the merch. When you guys buy the merch, it helps me out to make doper content on this channel. It'll slowly get more and more good if you guys buy the merch because I do profit from that, and that money would go to something in the setup, something to a vlog, or like giving away some, I don't know yet, bro. But if you do buy the merch, it's lit. I have a shirt, I have a hoodie, I have phone cases for both Apple and Samsung, so go get them. They're just pretty cool. Not pretty cool. They're awesome. Anyways, go get your merch. teespring.com/store/Robert Gonzalez or link in the description. And yeah, it's been Rob and I'm out. Peace.
Chilling out, maxing, relaxing. Summertime with a fantastic kickback. I'ma crack another cold one. Barbecue chicken almost done. Kickback. Ayy, all the shorties came through and my friends came too. It's a vibe at the kickback. Yeah, and we live from the kickback.